Good morning guys and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Now, just an update, several months after that video was finished, I do still use my bullet journal. A bullet journal is very flexible and that you can change it to work with however you want it to work. Since getting my life together, as you saw in my previous series, I have a different system of getting things done. My bullet journal is going to be transforming, and I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet. A bullet journal is just one of the most amazing planning systems that I've ever come across. Just because my lifestyle has changed doesn't mean I have to get a new planner or a new planning system. Good morning guys and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about the productivity tools that I use. This is the second installment of my productivity series. If you didn't catch that, last week's video was the first installment of my productivity series. That's because, as I mentioned, it was filmed a long time ago and I only put it in the description. I didn't know that I was going to be using that footage as the first installment of the productivity series. I also didn't do a very good job of explaining the purpose of that video and why it's the first part of the productivity series, so I thought I'd give a little mini recap right here at the beginning of the second one so that you can know what is going on. So the point of last week's video, the why I switched to bullet journal, was basically to explain or to embody the idea that you should find a planning system that works for you. That means if bullet journal isn't for you, definitely don't use bullet journal to be productive, because if it's not making you more productive, then it isn't a productivity tool. You feel? If you clicked on this video, I assume you want to be more productive in your life, or you want to have things that can make you more productive, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know why you clicked on this video, but anyway, I'm going to show you the productivity tools that I use to make myself more productive. Good. That was an explanation. Besides the bullet journal, which I told you is going to be evolving, the next most important thing that I use is my iCal. So my iCal is just the calendar app that came with my iPhone, which a lot of people use Google Calendar, which is really cool if you have a business and you have people that need to schedule directly onto your calendar. I don't really know what the main thing is other than like that. I'm sure there are other cool things, and maybe I'll switch to Google Calendar. You know, I said that about the bullet journal and then I did, but right now iCal is working really great for me, so I've just been using the iCal. And so this is my iCal, and if you look at the monthly view like I'm showing you right now, here, I guess, you see that there's a dot on every day, which means that there is something every day. And that's because I use a system called time blocking. So I'm going to turn my phone to the side, fun, and look, there is all my stuff. So right now, film productivity tools, and that's what I'm doing right now on Saturday the 30th, which you're seeing this on, I believe, the 5th of July. So I use time blocking. So I block off the time that I'm sleeping, which is from 10:30 to 6:30 a.m. I wake up at 6:30 every day. And then I block off certain chunks of time in order to get those things done during that time. That way I can look at my calendar and know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing at exactly that moment. And as you can see, there's a lot of time that's like unblocked in some places, like there just aren't things there. Right now I'm in summertime, so I don't have as much to do as during like the school year. So maybe that'll change when I get to the school year, and if you want a more in-depth like look at calendar time blocking, then I can totally do that too, but there's also a whole bunch on YouTube already, so I'll just link one down below for you to watch by this girl named Amy. The next most important tool that I use is called Todoist, which I do pay for Todoist because I have the premium version, but there is a basic version that has most of the same features. So this app called Todoist is a task managing app. So basically what that means is that I can put my to-do list on Todoist. This is today's look. So I have some things that I hadn't gotten done in the last few days, which is unfortunate. So they're overdue items. I can choose to reschedule them, but these two I usually don't reschedule because I like to look at how long I haven't been doing it. LOL. And then these are the rest of my to-do list for the day, so today. So since I'm filming productivity tools right now, hello, I'm going to show you how I mark off a thing, so I can just hit check. Yep, and that's exactly how I use the to-do list app. I just check things off. And also it's really cool because I can look ahead to my to-do list for the next 7 days, which I don't have something on every day yet, which is fine. And then I can also break it up into different projects. So I have personal, spiritual, school, writing, and my brand, not Leia. I can go more in depth on Todoist and exactly how you use it in another video if you would like, but I basically learned from a class on Skillshare. So that's why my bullet journal is evolving, is because I put my to-do lists in this task manager instead of directly in the bullet journal, and having 2 to-do lists is just like too much for me. So I haven't abandoned the to-do list entirely, I just have a new system for doing it. And what's really cool about Todoist that makes me more productive is that I can schedule things in advance, whereas in the bullet journal I kind of couldn't do that as efficiently. So like I can schedule a to-do list for like December 15th and it can already be on there and it'll be ready to go. So I think that's really awesome with Todoist. Okay, the next app that I use is called Google Keep, which might be a reason why people use Google Calendar, because Google Keep is so awesome. So Google Keep is just like a place where you can put notes and things like that, but I keep a bunch of receipts in there and other important information and some lists that aren't necessarily like to-do lists. The next productivity app I use is called Evernote. I've been talking about Evernote for a long time because I've been using it to write in. I use it to write my novel that I've been working on for a very long time. So you can create different notebook stacks, and you can use Evernote for whatever you want. You can use it for school notes, which I don't use it for, but I might. Oh, that's a great idea. You can also share notes with people who also have Evernote. So if you see this Bible study with Leah and Kayla, Kayla is one of my Bible study leaders. She's amazing. If you're watching this, Kayla, what's up, girl? I forced her to get Evernote so that we could share this notebook and we can both see the typing that we do in each of the notes, and it just keeps all of our notes together, and it's nice to like have it all put together. And I also track my own personal like Bible things, and then these are all my story ideas to like happen with those, but it's fun. And then I also have personal, and like I showed you a while ago, I have this recipes notebook, which is super awesome, and a personal one that has lots of things, I guess, and a school one which only has one thing, but that might be different soon. But Evernote is a super cool app to collect documents. You can also use document scanning if you have it on your phone, which with the basic version you can only have it on 2 devices, which is kind of unfortunate, but I recently upgraded so I can have it on all my devices. So I have it on my phone and I can scan documents, and by documents it doesn't have to be like a fancy document, it's literally just a piece of paper with writing. You can like scan it and it'll be on Evernote, which is a super amazing like feature that I definitely take advantage of. So for example, I can show you this. These are all like hand-drawn things for my novel that I drew and then scanned in so that I could throw the piece of paper away and not have it cluttering up my life. So that's a good way to manage like paperwork and personal things, of course, too. The next one, which I don't use as often as like the other ones, is the Notes app, where I just keep like my word count goals for my novel, like my working hours, a list of other things. That's not a very good list, but yeah, I don't use that one as much as the other ones. And another productive app, which might not seem like it's a productivity app, it's more like a health and fitness app, but I think that tracking your health and fitness is a way to be more productive. So I also use the Fitbit app to keep up with what I eat, how well I'm sleeping, my weight loss, how much water I'm drinking, how much I'm being active, my heartbeat, my period, lol. But yeah, so that's where I keep up with all of that, and it's a really nice place to keep everything together because a lot of these things just update themselves, which is nice. this app called Flora, I do believe, is a productivity app. It's one of those things where you like choose a time to be productive and then you'll press like start, and for 25 minutes you can't touch your phone, and it'll like plant a seed, and then if you don't touch your phone for those 25 minutes the tree will grow, and that's nice. And this price button is pretty cool up here because you can pick a higher price, and like if you touch your phone during that time then you have to pay, and that pay is to get a tree planted, like a real one. So that's cool. I am too scared to use that because I haven't used this app very often because a lot of the things that I do are actually on my phone, which is interesting. I also use Goodreads to track the books that I'm reading, but that doesn't really keep me productive. Another tip with a thing that just already comes on the iPhone is using the timer. It definitely comes on other phones too, probably, I guess. But to just use like the timer and set a timer for like 15 minutes and work on something for 15 minutes, especially if that's something that you really don't want to do. So like working on this big project that like you have to get done, if you work 15 minutes a day adds up pretty quickly. Probably. I don't know. I'm not very good at math. What else is there? I think that is all of the productivity tools that I have for you. So, oh, girl, I didn't even talk about Outlook. I actually have Outlook on my computer, so I will do a little screen recording, like whatever, over this. But I use the Outlook app to keep up with all my emails, which I mentioned it in my digital space, like decluttering video, and I'll link that over here. So I just put all of the email addresses that I have into that app, which I don't have it on my phone, or I don't have it all logged in on my phone just because like I don't want emails to be coming through on my phone. Now, for real, I think that is all the productivity tools that I have for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe so you can join my family. Hit the little bell to get notified whenever I post a video so you won't miss it. And that's it. So have a great morning, and if I don't see you later, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Is that it? I really feel like I forgot something. Let me just go get my bullet journal and make sure. Good news, I did not miss anything. I just checked my bullet journal. So that actually is all that I have for you today. Awesome. I've done it.